Yeah.
Yep, they are on. They're still on the road.
Yeah. So it's quite intriguing to see that I suppose they're going through all these trials and seeing how they go through it.
Mm.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more interesting series.
Mm.
Because how they've been doing it, it's been like a lot of depth in these episodes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Story-wise, it's actually quite strong compared to other
Mm.
series that we have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And there seems to be like more of a backstory with the characters.
Yeah, and great. Like they started, of course, hating each other, and then now they're like
Mm.
sort of.
They're more of a coven now, I think.
Yeah,
There's much more emotion in this
Mm.
series than other series.
Mm.
Um,
I think
yeah.
so.
There is more emotion, and also a lot of uh, that fear element as well.
Mm. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely perfect for Halloween. This is very much well timed for like the Halloween season.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah,
Fear is an
they.
emotion.
Yep, they up the creep factor.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think the previous episode is creepier.
Mm.
So yeah, it's interesting how they've been doing it.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess we were wrong about Sharon. She's completely dead.
Mm.
Yeah. Seems that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
But uh, you never know.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you
Anything
never
can happen.
really know.
Anything can happen
Anything
still.
can happen.
We've still got a
Yeah.
few episodes to go, so
Yeah. But how did
what will happen?
Rio get out from that grave where they put Sharon in?
Mm.
Well, they were summoning a green witch.
Yeah.
True. Yes, they were.
And actually, that part about where Rio was coming out of the ground, that was already in the trailer, so we know that that's going to happen because it was in the trailer for the series.
Mm.
Yeah, kind of. But how she came out was like a zombie.
Yeah, it was really funny how they thought that it was actually Mrs. Hart coming out as a zombie. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That's so small. The word's so small. They couldn't read it anymore. Like they were so scared that.
That they created a zombie, that they made her a zombie.
Yep. And they couldn't even read the words.
The zombie. Mm.
They made one of the creepiest fun moments in the show like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
but with a sense of humor. You know, it's like comedy but and horror at the same time.
Yeah, they hit that out of the park quite well like that.
Mhm.
Did anyone notice that Disney um, has not corrected the subtitle like the closed captions they spelled magic M Magick. Uh, yeah, Z-
That is
yeah.
actually how they spelt it in Marvel. So it's
Yeah,
Oh,
not
okay.
so
that's
it's
their
not just
way.
magic, it's I say magics.
Maybe that's just
Oh, so they put a K on the end.
Yeah.
Wonder why they put a K on the end.
That's from the comics, I believe.
yeah, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh, so it was like a bit of a mistake.
No, I think I've
No,
seen it
that was
actually spelled that way before in books as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just an alternate spelling for
Mm.
it. Yeah. Mm. But yeah, I found it interesting, sort of, you like, because in the first episode, the way that you sort of meet the characters is a bit different to
Hmm.
where they are now. So yeah.
Yeah. I think their retro look coming into the house was very amusing.
Yeah, the
Like that,
costume in this
yeah,
episode
yeah,
were pretty
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Yoko Ono and all the other like classic um uh
70s look.
but yeah 70s early 80s
Yeah.
singers. Yeah.
Ooh, I just searched it up the differences between the spelling. It actually does have a proper difference.
Mm.
So magic is like all of it. Magic with a K apparently is more of the occult.
Mm.
And
Okay.
magic with the J seems to be, yeah, it's also like occult.
Mm. I think they're linking it more to the occult
Yeah.
because obviously this is a show about witches. So
Yeah. So
maybe
this it's more like ancient occult and the actual magic they use, but then otherwise it doesn't seem to have much of a difference how it's spelt.
mm.
So there is actually a difference
Mm.
if you look at it that
Right.
way, but otherwise it's still magic, just MIGIC.
Mm.
Mm. Magic.
Magic.
Yep. So there is actually a slight difference, but yeah, it doesn't really matter much. They probably just added it in there in the text.
Mm.
But yeah, it's interesting
Yeah.
to see it that way. Like,
Yeah. I'm I'm really enjoying the series. Like yeah, and like and tonight's one flows very nicely on from last week, the last episode.
yeah. And I do kind of like it, like how they were trying to explain how they feel with what people think of magic as well, like witches and stuff, like how they've been completely thought to be something completely else.
Mm.
Like the joke about the nipples was just right weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's kind of interesting how like with anything, it kind of is like misunderstood or misrepresented.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, people think we talk to goats. That was
Yeah,
Yeah.
funny.
That was
yeah,
funny.
that too. Like, it's always that funny, weird thing that comes out, like with any sort of these
Mm.
ideologies.
Mm.
Mm.
But I do kind of like how they try to explain it in their own way. Like it's not like it's completely a separate world to everything else. Like eventually I found and watched Harry Potter. I didn't watch it for a very long time until I actually watched it. How they did it was actually quite different as well. But
Mm.
then they didn't really link the worlds together. This one is actually trying to like blend it together. So it's more of a more, I guess, if you could say, if they try to make it more of a realistic take, this would be more like it compared to like a completely separate world in the world that we are in, and there's battles and whatnot, which
Yeah.
is like ridiculously random,
Mm.
but it's also more fictional, of course. But I
Mm.
guess this is more of a more, it is fictional still, but a more realistic take on that fiction.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it's sort of interesting that, like the character of Alice, her mother was in a band, a rock band.
Mm.
That was sort of, and in the past, there have been rock bands that have, been linked to, the occult or have lyrics that featured them
Oh, certainly, yeah, like Kiss.
in real life. Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
there are some bands that are like, I guess you could call like the goth emo kind of bands that, sometimes do use those kind of lyrics. So yeah. So it's
Yeah,
not,
the
again, it's not too removed from reality.
yeah, that's true. There's a lot of like weird bands out there, like a lot of
Hmm.
crazy, sometimes over worship type bands, which what we call kind of like devil worship. Actually happens a
And
lot in like
which
raps and
would
stuff.
what was it? Kiss, where they had uh, got a live chicken and bit its head off.
I
Really?
have no idea. I
Is
don't.
that Kiss, like Gene Simmons?
Yeah. Uh,
I mean,
what?
the way that they got dressed were already quite crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jane Simmons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any of those songs. I think it's before my time.
Oh, it's from Kiss, is it?
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was a concert where he actually did pick up like a live chicken and uh, bite its head off.
Oh,
I
wow. Crazy. But then again, a lot of bands did crazy stuff during the 80s.
Yeah.
I think there was a
yeah,
lot of crazy on stage antics.
yep,
It was a
quite
very
weird.
Yeah.
wild time for sure.
Yep, and they brought the song back from the first episode as well, the Witches Road.
Hmm.
But a
Oh
different
yeah,
but a different take on it.
I love that song.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
they actually wrote a real song for the series, which is, the theme song. And yeah, so
Yep. But it was a different
Yeah.
take than
That
in the
yeah.
first episode.
they
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
have a real jam session.
Changing it tonight and
Mm,
really vanquishing that devil. That
mm.
those a good
The curse.
twist, I reckon.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it definitely looks like some kind of demonic curse
Yeah.
that they managed to vanquish. So yeah, it's great.
And yeah, in like the last episode as well, this one followed that same pattern that they go into a house and
Mm,
their clothes change.
mm,
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
yeah,
houses. Yeah.
like
There's always a test in the house.
mm.
yeah. And yeah, this one was more of like that 80s vibe as well, like the clothing as well. They look like they were in a rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Alice kind of knew when she saw the house straight up.
Mm.
Like she saw it and said like, no, I'm out. Then walk the other way.
Yeah,
But then the road doesn't want them to like
they can't avoid it.
they
They
can't
can't.
avoid it. So
Yeah.
the other way it still led to the house.
Mm. Yeah, so it was the only way that they could go to the next step on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alice was free, it seems.
Mm.
Because I think she knew like right when she saw the house.
Mm.
And in the last episode we could see the feud Alice had with like the mother.
Mm.
I thought it was a little strange that we didn't see them climb into the grand piano and like slide down or
Through the
yeah,
exit at the
Mm.
end.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think they could have added it, but then I guess it could have been like just
Mm.
not really required.
It's sort of understood that they're gonna exit that way and then, keep going
Yeah.
on that road.
Yeah, but I mean, the last time, so like seeing them going through the oven or through the cupboard or whatever it was, and then like down the slippery slide. That was pretty amusing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Plus, yeah,
that one was amusing.
yeah, I was kind of like missing that kind of yeah that would have been good. Or just some kind of staircase, or just something like that, just so that they'd be transported to the next step, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I guess
But
there wasn't
yeah,
any additional fear
I,
factor they could
I
have
think
added at that part.
yeah, I think um, for me that that made it fall a bit short.
Mm.
Because so maybe they're just out.
Mm. Yep.
What was in the boy's side?
There was a piece of glass. So when he went through the panel, like that panel of glass in the studio, recording studio, because he was
Okay,
thrown
yeah,
against the glass, a shard of the glass got stuck
yeah,
in the side
yeah,
of um of his torso. So he yeah, so he had this really deep gash in there.
Yep. So he didn't notice it
yeah,
for a long time, but
He didn't notice it until they'd finished the song. And then yeah, then but he had lost a lot of blood throughout. So that's when he collapsed.
yeah. Yeah. Usually we should go through Easter eggs, so
Oh yeah, let's go through Easter eggs. I'm sure there was quite a bunch of them.
Marcus doesn't seem to be available, so I'll just do that now. Let's see what we
F,
got.
are you on as well? You're still on mute.
Is
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, share screen now. So
All
yeah.
right,
Easter eggs.
have a look.
Rio Vidal skips down the Richards Road. And just like the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I
yeah.
I can't
I,
view it.
I was yeah, I was
Honestly.
going to say something
are you
about
sharing
that.
the
Yeah,
screen? Don't have to, you have to unshare and then share.
What I show?
It's still on the. It's black.
no,
I'm
Ah,
not seeing anything.
blank screen.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
oh,
There,
Now I can see
yeah,
it.
there we
yeah,
go.
All right. So Rio Vidal skips down the Richards Road, just like the Wizard of
Oh
Oz.
yeah.
yeah,
Mm. And she actually makes a reference to the Green Witch, as in the
Mm.
Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
she's actually also referencing that, you know, um, when she says the Green Witch,
Yeah, in that evil tone as well.
yeah,
because it's the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of
yeah,
Oz,
the Wicked Witch.
and she's
And
dressed
the
in green
yeah.
as well.
Mm.
And she
and she said,
replaces Sharon, who was the previous green one.
Mm.
Okay, second moon door on the Witch's Road, a waxing moon,
Maximum.
fire phase.
Yeah. So
Oh, I didn't actually notice this part. There's a bit of a face
mention.
there.
yeah, that is a waxing moon here.
Yep. But there's actually a portrait there as well, like a face on the
Mm.
side.
Yeah.
Wasn't that just a reflection?
I thought that
Mm,
was Alice's profile,
from the side,
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
her side profile.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I
So
don't know. It
yeah.
could have been a reflection too, I suppose.
So this is the fire phase, and the previous one was the water phase.
Yeah. I mean, this makes sense because of how Alice's mother died with the hotel fire.
Yep, but it's in the fire.
Yeah.
So then the next trials could be air and earth,
Hmm.
considering.
Yeah. Those are the next elements.
Yeah. Completing the moon and element sequences. All right.
Mm.
The 70s.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's yeah. Like I said, 70s
It's
because
very Stevie, isn't
yeah,
it? The way she looks.
Yep. And
Yeah.
how they got dressed, it's similar to the last episode as well, how they just changed into new clothes to the style of the home.
Mm.
See, I was around in the 70s. You guys weren't.
Mhm. That was nice, yeah.
It's very fit.
So they also mentioned Fleetwood Mac,
Fleetwood Mac.
Mm,
Stevie Nicks, and Agatha agrees herself. So they actually said so.
yeah. That's how
Lilia
she
Calderon.
looks like Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Lilia.
Yeah.
They have no idea who that is, but
Liz Minnelli. What? You don't know Liz Minnelli?
Liza Minnelli.
Yeah,
mm,
I remember Liza
she's
Minnelli.
been pretty famous actress and singer.
And coincidentally, she's the daughter of Judy Garland, who was in The Wizard of Oz, who played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. So
yeah, which is said right
another
here.
connection. So that's
Yeah.
another Easter egg.
Oh, daughter of Julie Garland. Wow.
She's the daughter of Judy Garland. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one, Salem Witch Trials paintings,
Yeah.
the pain of which is past.
So we saw that.
Yeah, they were like looking at the paintings, and Lilia also partially cried looking at them.
mm,
So yeah, it's kind of like the witch trials.
mm.
Werewolf mask,
Oh,
werewolf by
that
night.
is that.
That's
I was
enough.
thinking, is that a possible reference to Werewolf by Night?
Possibly because werewolf by night is oh so Marvel.
Yeah, that's right. And that was the last sort of Halloween special that they had previously, was this. So I
Was
thought,
this
interesting.
Yeah.
interesting?
Jennifer was looking at.
So it could be Play Me feels like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that's very Alice in Wonderland.
Play Me. Like that's an obvious like clue type thing to see. So
Like it has eat me and drink me
Hmm.
on the labels, like in Alice in Wonderland.
yep. And then the record played backwards.
Mm.
Yeah, I was watching that, going, huh?
There were a classic few in the 70s of a spinning record going backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and supposedly having satanic things
Mm.
when you play songs backwards.
Mm.
All these American radical Christian Christian ministers used to claim that, but weren't ever able to really back it up.
Mm.
That they're always claiming, oh, if you play the song backwards, it's plays devil music, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Well, that's what they used to think rock music was, that it was like
yeah,
the devil's
yeah.
music or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you play backwards, and you get sucked in by the devil or something. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was a thing as well.
Mm.
All right. Ask Alice, White Rabbit. Yeah, because her name is Alice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one says as well, it could be a pure coincidence connection to the song White Rabbits. It would tie quite nicely in with the episode. Interesting. They would not have picked that out at all.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
would need to know the songs of the 70s to kind of pick that up.
Yeah. Lorna's Ballad,
Mm.
a literal protection spell.
Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, this one was a different rendition of The Witch's Road that we kind of knew
Yeah.
about.
Mm.
So it was one that
Mm.
Lorna created, Alice's mother,
Yeah.
as a protection spell, and it's also defeated that
Yeah, the
that
curse.
curse.
Yeah.
Or the first demon in the MCU.
That's right.
Alice's living curse. Freaky.
Yeah. It's pretty freaky.
So it made the curse visible.
Hmm.
Three of swords, symbolizing pain and heartbreak.
So that reference is to like I think a tarot card, the Three of Swords.
Hmm.
So again, that's another reference. Yeah.
Yeah, so Lilia was the one who said Three of Swords.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like Agatha this time was actually fearful of losing Teen,
Mhm.
whatever his name actually is.
Yeah. And I think that she also is quite almost protective of him because maybe some part of him reminds her of her son. Like
Yeah,
in
it
the
seems so.
episode, you see his room that she's preserved it, you know. And then he asks her, what really happened to your son? And then she doesn't answer the question. She tries to avoid the question. But I think that there's definitely some backstory there that, they could
Yeah,
explore more.
yeah, they might get into that a bit more because the mystery of who this Teen is,
Yeah,
with a sigil on his
that's right.
mouth,
Hmm.
we don't know exactly who he is.
He
Like,
couldn't say who he was because of the sigil.
he didn't even know that he had one until he was told.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
Lilia's
I think
vampire bites.
Hmm.
uh,
Further empty ties before Blade.
Oh,
Oh, Blade is
the vampire
coming.
she's talking about is it Blade? Ooh, could it be?
Well, Blade is coming to the MCU sometime soon. Well, I guess the new Blade isn't here yet,
Hmm.
but the old Blade returned,
Right.
which is in Deadpool.
Hmm. It's so funny, yeah, to see Wesley Snipes back as Blade in Deadpool.
Was
Yeah. Yep. Wesley Snipes is back as Blade, and he is currently still the only Blade
Hmm.
until the Monsieur Ali's Blade comes out.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. There seems to be some issues with their production. Um,
Yeah, I think it's been like postponed again,
yeah.
so we don't really know what's happening.
Hmm.
And last one, Daughters of Liberty, connection to Agatha's comics history.
Hmm.
So it says a scar from a knitting needle belonging to the Daughters of Liberty.
Interesting.
So this is apparently more of like Agatha's backstory. Like,
yeah,
Hmm.
so something about Son of Liberty during boycotts against the British Empire prior to the American Revolution.
Hmm.
Hmm. Probably a bit of history there, but we probably won't get into it.
Yeah.
So it does seem like there are modern day daughters, including Misty Knight, Echo, Shuri, White Tiger, Spider Woman, Black Widow, and more.
Hmm.
White tiger. Hmm.
And that's it for the
Hmm.
Hmm.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, but very interesting.
but yeah, I still think that Agatha thinks the boy is her boy.
It's possible that he's her son and that's the form that he came in.
Yeah,
It is possible. That's what I think Agatha was thinking.
Hmm.
But then Rio
um,
kind
Yeah.
of
So
so
it is interesting, right? Like I think there's a clue pointing to Teen being possibly Agatha's son.
Hmm.
yeah, but I mean, see, she wouldn't know if he was um, um because
Because of the sigil.
whoever cast the spell also forgets.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
like they wouldn't know, apparently.
The sigil is goes
Yeah,
both ways,
Yeah.
essentially,
yeah,
the way it
But,
works.
yeah, but then again, Rio also said that he's not hers.
but yeah, but um, pretty sure that Agatha knows what happened to her son, and may be some horrible fate or something dastardly by her hand. Not really sure.
Mm.
Yeah, like we don't know what's happened to
Mm.
Yeah,
And
to the
always
son at all.
she always is like very guarded and put off. When questioned about it,
she wouldn't answer.
yeah,
Yeah. And as well, it does seem like they've also made clear that Agatha's past relationship with Rio is something more than just being enemies.
And Rio seems to know what, maybe she knows what happened.
Possibly.
Hmm.
Or maybe that's why they kind of split and why they
That's-
became
that-
enemies.
That may have caused the rift between them.
Yeah.
What happened to her son?
Yep. And in terms of her scar, that she was definitely looking at Agatha the whole time. Like it made sense that Agatha is
Her scar.
Rio's scar. Especially since she also said her.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a guy, it was a girl. And definitely directed at Agatha. They definitely had a connection there, which is why Agatha also went to hug her at the end.
Oh, they definitely have a past, for sure.
Yeah. So they were probably like in a relationship before and they nearly kissed.
I think they were quite close before. They definitely had a close relationship.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
in either episode 1 or 2, they were speaking and they knew that they had a past relationship.
Yeah, but we didn't really know what the relationship was in the first one because from the first one, we kind of thought they just hated each other.
Like it was definitely implied that they had a past history together, the first episode. So from the start,
yeah,
they'd already sort of set that up, but they didn't go into the details. So I think we'll find out more
Yeah,
later episodes.
I think going from tonight, we can pretty much guess what kind of relationship it was.
Yeah, we kind of already
If they,
know.
yeah.
So yeah, let's get to our scores. So do you want to go first?
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
go first, Bill.
I really enjoyed it. It flowed on very nicely from last week, and I would have given it 8.5.
Wow.
Except that yeah, you didn't see him escaping through the Grand Pinot, and there was one other thing that I was going to mention, but I can't. So I'll probably score a solid 8.
Nate.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Yep. Jeff.
Yeah, kind of similar. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'll probably give it a 8 as well. Yeah, just like the characters and how they developed and stuff. So yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I'll give it a 7.5. Obviously, I'm missing some story elements because I haven't seen some of the episodes, but I really like this episode as well. Like even, as a standalone episode where they're just, doing this challenge in the house. I quite enjoyed that. And yeah, I love just the characters themselves. They're very
Mm.
quirky and just really fun characters.
Very fun.
So yeah, 7.5. I think there's enough sort of intrigue and action there that makes you want to keep watching, the series.
And comedy too, yes.
And there's that comedy as well. There's just,
Yes, yeah,
just
yeah.
and chemistry between the characters.
The comic relief is very good, that put the comic relief in very well. I've noticed.
So that's been really good.
Yep. And for me, I'd give it a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, this trial didn't tend to seem too freaky compared to the other one. It seemed to be a bit more laid back, and they played a song, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
It's quite a musical episode when you think about it.
yeah, but for me, I guess it didn't really entirely work. But yeah, I still think it was a solid episode, so I give it a solid 7.
Very nice episode.
Yeah, the previous episode delved more deeply into their like fears. This one was primarily more about the Alice's fear, especially with the curse. So yeah, this one seemed to be more focused on Alice in terms of the trial. Because she
Yeah.
had it before. And let's see, what did IGN give it?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Well, what about Jeff?
Oh, I gave it 8 before.
Yeah, he already.
IGN.
And Marcus gave it a 7.
Oh yeah, only thing.
Oh yeah, Marcus gave it a 7, and IGN gave it also a 7. Good.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Oh, so they also agreed that it kind of, I wouldn't say missed the mark, but yeah, the trial was a bit weird.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, but I suppose it's about breaking a generational curse. So it's about Alice sort of confronting her past rather than running away from it.
Yep.
Mm.
So it was
Yeah.
like a nice resolution for her character.
Yeah. So we'll delve deeper into some of the other characters moving forward.
Yeah, I think so.
Sharon definitely seems to be dead.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what, happens with the other trials as well and how it affects the other characters in the future episodes.
Yep. So the other trials we're thinking is Air and Earth.
Aaron, I think.
Earth seems to be like it's gonna be Jennifer's trial because she's sort of she's the potions witch. And I'm wondering if Air would be more focused on Lilia. Who knows? Could be.
Possibly, yeah.
Be interesting to see her history and backstory. So
yep. So next week was probably Air or Earth, depending on which way they want to do it.
yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's it. So I'll just finish the recording here.
Okay.